So I have been accused by a lot of Gary's fans in my latest video on him. Would I debunk most of his bullshit and I call him an idiot, and he is an idiot, quite frankly, for all the nonsense he promotes. And many of them have accused me for being, how to say, for doing this for my own profit because I'm selling Bitcoin apparently. Now, if you go check my YouTube channel, I am not selling Bitcoin at all. I don't even have any affiliate link to any exchange where you can buy Bitcoin. I'm not selling anything at this point. The only thing I'm selling is a message, and I'm trying to grow my channel. And these people who support Gary Economics, who called me a trust fund kid, and I am nowhere as rich as Gary Stevenson. I just understand economics. And I know that what he is promoting is absolute bullshit. Dangerous bullshit, by the way. And it doesn't work. Taxing the rich doesn't work. I am the one who's been accused of being a trust fund kid. When Gary Stevenson doesn't offer any concrete solution to the economic and financial problems that the working class and people, normal people, working people are suffering from, which is inflation. And I made a video about it, so you can watch it here. At least I'm giving you a concrete solution to your problems, to the inflationary problem that Gary Stevenson doesn't like to talk about much, and he thinks that if we can just tax people, we're gonna solve everything. But what's more important than that, I am being accused for being profit seeking. I'm not saying anything at this point, and I'm not against selling. I don't think that selling is evil, and I don't think that trying to make a profit is evil. What I do think, however, is contradicting your own message. Okay? So Gary Stevenson likes to talk about the rich and why we need to tax them and why it's the only solution when he himself is rich and he doesn't say how much money he gives. In fact, he doesn't even say how much he is worth. And let's watch this clip, by the way, from Piers Morgan. Let's watch.
And obviously people disagree as well, but two questions. How much money have you made in your life?
Yeah.
And how much have you given away?
I'll give you an excellent answer to that. If you want to know how much money I've made in my life, it is exactly there in my book, The Trading Game.
We'll go
right here today. And you'll see it's you've got to read the book.
Well, I'm not trying to read it right now.
You not read the book?
No.
Well,
I started
afterwards.
I started raving about it. Yeah, but
listen, I made a lot of money, enough to quit my YouTube
but how
channel.
much? Just give it to me straight.
Enough to quit, run a YouTube channel and have a family. That's enough.
30 million, 50 million?
Listen, do you have a spreadsheet? Do you have a spreadsheet?
No.
Well, I don't have a fucking spreadsheet. All I know is it's enough. I can go to Nando's.
You said you put it in the book, though, how much it is.
Yeah, well, I didn't add it all up. You read the book and add it up.
Well, how much is it?
I don't fucking know. Listen.
Well, 10, 50, 100 million?
It's enough for me to live
I'm
the
just
rest
kidding,
of
I'm
my
not trying
life.
to trap you.
No, it's the 10, 50, 100 million. It's enough. Enough for an ordinary person to live the rest of their life.
How much is that?
The number I had in my head when I went into banking, was £2 million.
2 million?
And it was enough. For me, that's enough.
You've made more than 2 million. You were Citibank's top guy.
I don't have this stuff up. For me, it's enough. I've got enough money. I've got enough to do the work that I
Do you
do,
give a
to
load of
tell
it away?
ordinary people.
Do you redistribute your own wealth?
That is the money that funds my YouTube channel. Listen.
Well,
Tell me this now, right?
When you sell a book, do you keep the money for the book?
If I give the money away, who does the fucking YouTube channel, Piers?
So basically, these are two great questions from both Piers Morgan and Dave, although I'm not a fan of either of them. But basically, Gary doesn't even want to say how much he is worth. And his answer is buy my book to know how much I'm worth. So he's trying to sell a book. So he's selling you a dangerous message, and he's selling you a book. And of course, he's making a lot of money from his YouTube channel. And I am reminded with the first video I watched of Gary Stevenson, it was actually the debate on the Diary of a CEO with the entrepreneur called Daniel. I don't remember the last name. But Daniel really gave him a very good question. He asked him, he said, okay, so people watching your YouTube channel, they understand the problem. What's the solution? What should they do? Besides watching your channel, subscribing, and sending your videos to their friends and family, whatever. And Gary had no answer. He said, well, I'm just trying to raise awareness. Well, you have no solution to people besides, you don't even want to go into politics. He said this himself. He said, I'm not into politics. So you don't want to go into politics. You don't want to offer any concrete solution. You shit on Bitcoin, which is actually the solution, like the practical solution that anyone can use now to save their wealth from being robbed by inflation. You are trying to sell a book. You don't even want to say how much money you've got. And you ask people if they want to know. They have to buy your book so you can make a profit. You promote redistributive wealth redistribution, which is theft. And you don't want your wealth to be redistributed. So who is the hypocrite here, me or Gary? And you know, good for you, Gary. If you can sell your book, if you can sell your YouTube channel, that's good. I am not against selling. I am not against business. I am not against any of these things. In fact, I'm pro-business. I'm pro-investments. I'm pro-capitalism. I'm pro all of these things. But what I don't like is when someone promotes rebranded Marxism and socialist bullshit and then tries to sell it to you to make a profit. That's what I don't like. So no, I'm not the hypocrite here. I'm not trying to sell you Bitcoin. In fact, I promote Bitcoin and I'm not making any money from it. From you guys, from you buying Bitcoin. I mean, you can go right now and set up an account on an exchange and buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to make any money. All I'm trying to do is spread a message, educate, teach what I learn, and that's it. I'm not saying I'm not going to be selling anything in the future. I will. But for now, I'm not selling anything. Okay? And even if I was selling, I wouldn't be ashamed from it. The same way that Gary is not ashamed of selling his book and his YouTube channel, despite him babbling about redistributing wealth, and he himself doesn't want to say how much he's worth. So yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. And Gary economics fans, before you decide to write some stupid comments, think twice before you write something stupid. Go watch my videos. Try to rethink your positions. Try to rethink what Gary is saying. Try to reevaluate your position. And hopefully you will realize that taxing the rich is not going to solve your problems. It's not going to solve any of society's problems. In fact, it's going to create even more problems. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, send it to a friend or two, and see you in the next one. Take care.